Lovana was a beautiful little girl who lived with her aunt and uncle in a small town in the provinces of Haiti. Lovana's aunt and uncle had other children, but most of the household duties fell on her shoulders, washing the dishes, cleaning the house, etc. You see, in most villages in Haiti, there is no running water or cell phones. So early every morning, Lovana had to go to the stream to fetch buckets full of water to be used in the house throughout the day. During the rainy season, the stream water became muddy, so the children charged with carrying water for their household had to walk further up the mountain to find a spot where the water was clean. One morning, as Lovana made the tiring way up the mountain to search for clean water, she saw some movement out of the corner of her eye. The water of the stream began to bubble. Then all of a sudden, the most beautiful, brightly colored fish Lovana had ever seen came flying out. "I can help you find clean water," it said in a soothing voice. "From now on, when you need water, just sing this song, and I will come to you. You will not have to climb up this steep mountain again." Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle. Sing this song whenever you come to the stream, and I will appear. Lovana went away that day, her buckets full of the clearest water she had ever gathered from the stream, amazed at the magic she had just witnessed. She returned to the stream the next day and sang the song as instructed. Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle. And out jumped Tezen, bringing forth the clean water for her to go about her day. She and Tezen repeated the same routine the next day, and the next, and the next. Tezen and Lovana became great friends, and grew to care for one another as a result of their daily interactions. One day, Tezen told Lovana, "Please take this handkerchief. If ever something should happen to me, 3 drops of blood will appear on it." Lovana was appalled at the idea that anything should ever happen to her beloved Tezen. Meanwhile, the other children in the village were still walking very long distances to fetch water in the morning, and still coming home with slightly muddy water. Everyone wondered how Lovana was making such quick trips and returning with clean, delicious water. Lovana's uncle eyed her suspiciously as she left one morning, and took it upon himself to solve this mystery. He quietly followed her up the stream and watched as Lovana put down her cup and needlessly closely to wrong. She opened her mouth and sang. Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle. And out jumped the most terrifyingly beautiful demon fish the uncle had ever seen. And they laughed, and they exchanged stories. And after a few minutes of friendly banter, Tezen produced the mysterious, clear water. Uncle was terrified at this sight. Lovana seemed to care deeply for this fish, and this was not acceptable. When she was no longer in sight, he bumbled up to the stream and bellowed in his deep baritone voice. Mon ami, Tezen, moiselle, Tezen, mon ami, moiselle, Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle, Tezen adlo, mon ami, moiselle. But nothing happened. He stomped and screamed even louder. Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. Tezen, mon ami, moiselle. But nothing happened. Uncle went home more convinced than before to put an end to this happening of Lovana and this demon fish. The uncle began secretly following Lovana to the stream every day, watching her every move, listening closely to the tone of her voice and her mannerisms, until one day he felt ready to try again. The uncle waited until Lovana had left the stream and tiptoed as daintily as he could to her spot. He kneeled down and sang in the best imitation of a young girl's voice he could make. And out jumped Tezen. Up! Uncle caught the fish in his net and cut off his head. Uncle brought the fish home to his wife. The entire village was invited to the feast. Meanwhile, Lovana felt an unusual pang of anxiety as she went about her afternoon. What was this feeling? When she came home from the field that evening, she smelled the aroma of her aunt's feast. Instantly, Lovana pulled his handkerchief from her pocket. There lay 3 crimson drops of blood. Tezen was gone. Lovana took the devastating walk back to her home, where her family was greedily feasting on her friend. She quietly went to her bedroom, undid her hair, and combed through her curls while weeping bitterly for Tezen. She wept and wept, singing his song. Lovana's grief was so enormous that the weight of it caused her chair and then her body to sink into the ground. Before she was completely submerged, the neighbor boy came into the room and saw Lovana sinking. He cried out to the dinner party in the next room, come quick, Lovana is sinking!" But it was too late. All that remained was a pile of beautiful black curls in the ground. Sometimes, when the moon shines just so, or a rainbow is perfectly reflected in a stream, one can hear faint echoes of Lovana calling out to Tezen and her beloved fish splashing in the water. I just so happened to be walking by that day as people gathered around Lovana's hair that was left behind. Perplexed at the sigh I let out, somebody knew I didn't belong there and kicked me hard in the butt, and I flew way up the mountain, way past the mountains of Haiti and the oceans of the Caribbean, until I landed right here in Ann Arbor, Michigan, to tell you the story of Lovana and her beloved Tezen.